Hello Drive Radio fans, Richard Rush here today with my dad John Rush behind the camera, and we're going to take a look at the 2015 Volkswagen Jetta SE. This is one of their trim levels. If you want to know more information about what trim levels are available as well as what packages are available, head to Volkswagen websites. I could be here all day kind of describing to you what those packages are, what the different trim levels offer. But with that, let's take a look around the car. One thing you will notice, which is an option on this car, is the lighting package, which adds some xenon headlights, some different running lamps, LED running lamps, things like that. Really, it's a $995 package. Again, you'll have to decide for yourself if you want that or not. As we go along the side, you'll notice Volkswagen a few years back actually introduced a new look for the Jetta. Personally, I don't mind the look. It's a fun car to drive. It has a fun look to it, not too aggressive, but not too timid as well. You'll notice it is a little bit dirty. We do apologize about that. The snow has caused us a little bit of issues lately. One thing I will point out about this car versus the base model, which is the S model, is this car does have the 1.8 liter four-cylinder turbocharged engine versus the just normal 2 liter two liter four-cylinder engine. You'll read a lot of different reviews about it, and I can't really comment too much about what the other cars have to offer, what the other engine has to offer. I will say on this specific car, it works amazing. Love the turbo that's in this car. It also comes with a 5-speed manual transmission, which works really well. We'll talk a little bit more about that in the driving portion. Volkswagen has done a great job of putting this manual transmission, making it really smooth, really easy to use. If you're not used to a manual transmission for whatever reason, or maybe you're learning it for the first time, really is a very smooth operating, works well. I don't know how else to say it other than get out and drive this car. But with that, actually, let's go for a drive, show you some of the interior comforts of this car, some of the interior features, and we'll come back and do actually my opinion of what I think of the 2015 Volkswagen Jetta SE. Alright fans, we're here for the driving portion of the 2015 Volkswagen Jetta, and we'll kind of go through some of the interior features. It's a little easier to see right now. You will notice it does not have any touchscreen. It is an option on some of the other trim levels, not on this specific car, this press car that we have right now. But honestly, I can't complain for what it is. A car that's just over $20,000. Don't mind it at all. Very intuitive controls, very easy to use. A lot of nice push buttons. I do enjoy that. It does have front heated seats, which is a nice feature on this car, and overall really enjoy it, which is something here to point out, which we've tried to point out on a lot of these cars. With this car being 2015, it doesn't have a rear view camera, but on 2016, that's going to be standard on all cars. So be on the lookout for that. I'm sure they're going to do something, whether they put little touch screens here, little screens here, or if they add it into the rear view mirror. But let's go on for a quick drive, show you how that works. I did point out the push button start. We'll show you a little bit more of that in the driving or in the interior portion. But one thing I will point out about this manual, and I'll get a little bit more into detail in the interior, very smooth in terms of the shift points and in terms of how it operates. Really enjoyed driving this car. It's very fun. It's not very lurchy or jerky, I should say. And actually, my fiance commented on it that in terms of some other cars that we've driven, this car is very smooth in terms of being able to shift from first to second to third. And the turbo, once it gets spooled up, wow, is it a fun car to drive. It'll actually rocket you off the line, and it'll shoot you down honestly pretty far, and you can have a good time with it. Plenty of power to merge into traffic, things like that. As we go down here, you will notice for $20,000 it's relatively smooth. And you will also notice here, which I'll try to be quiet for you in a second, the wind noise and tire noise is pretty quiet. So I'll be quiet here for a second. You can hear that. You'll notice you don't hear a lot of noise. I know it's hard to show you that when we're driving, but you don't hear a lot of noise with this car. And something also to point out, with this being a 5-speed, the gears are in a little bit different of a spot in terms of it being versus a 6-speed manual. Really did enjoy this car. Not much else to say other than it's a blast to drive. It was fun, enjoyable, enjoyed taking it out, would love to take it out for a cruise from time to time. But with that, let's get back. I'll show you the interior and I'll give you my opinion. All right, fans, we're on the rear portion, the trunk portion of the 2015 Volkswagen Jetta. We hope you enjoyed the driving portion. As always, we encourage you to get out, test drive these cars. It's the only way you can truly find out if the car is the right fit for you. But we're on the trunk here. We'll point this out. It doesn't have an automatic trunk, but if you'll notice, just a slight push of the button, it has a strong enough spring to actually open it all by itself. So if you just get in there, touch that button a little bit, and it'll pop open. You will notice, and we tried to kind of align this the best that we could, this has one of the largest trunks in its class. There's a large amount of space, and I know it's we're just trying to say, trying to communicate that to you, but get out and actually, I would encourage you, when you test drive these cars, get out and maybe even take some bags with you, take some luggage with you, put it in the back seat of these cars. There is a lot you could fit, not that you would, but you could fit a lot of luggage in this car. And one nice feature that they have is being able to fold down the second row seat just from the trunk. So all you do is you pull that, which unlatches it. I'll come around here, and I do have this headrest a little bit put down, but again, you just fold it down here, and you have a lot more even trunk space. You already have a good amount beforehand, but if you want just an extra bit, maybe to put a snowboard or some skis in there, you definitely have that capability. Fold right back up. It really is easy. And I'll fold this back, and actually, I'll hop right back in the passenger seat here. The interior, actually, this seat is not quite as far back as it can go, but it's pretty close. You'll notice I'm 5'10", and I have probably about 2 inches of room here, which isn't a lot, but again, this car as it sits right here is about just over $20,000 with the options. Base price of just over $18,000. And so you have the cloth interior here. You don't have any vents back in this section. You do have actually a 12-volt outlet back here, so if someone wanted to charge their device, they would be able to do that. You'll notice right here on the door panel that has a nice soft touch vinyl right here that you can rest your elbow on if you're a backseat passenger, and some people wouldn't think that is a big deal, but if you're taking a long road trip, that is definitely something that you can do. We'll point this out real quick right here. This nice kind of accent that Volkswagen has put in here, really am a fan of that. And as I do try and swing out from the car here to kind of show you what that is like, we'll point this out. This plastic piece that they've actually added, or they've added the trunk room, it makes it a little bit more difficult to actually get out of the car. Not immensely more difficult, just slightly a little bit more challenging to get out, or if you're a lady, getting out of the car in that manner. But I will open the passenger side here, and I'll meet you around the front. All right, everyone, we're here in the front seat, and kind of going through some of the interior features of the actual front seat. There's not a lot to go over. This does not have the touchscreen optional display, which is optional on some of the trim levels that Volkswagen has put in here. But overall, really, it's a simple system, which I don't mind. You have your volume knobs, your tune knobs, the different selections for what you want to listen to. If you want to listen to satellite radio, media, sound system wise, works really well. I got it up, kind of was jamming to some tunes. Overall, really enjoy this car. Very functional on the inside. Again, for just over $20,000, and by just over, I mean just over. You're not in the mids, you're not in the lows, you're about $20,000 for this car as it sits. Really works well. Very nice steering wheel controls here. Doesn't have adaptive cruise control, but it does actually offer Series eyes-free control, which is right here. Very nice feature. You will notice the manual. Something else which is different on this car, it does have the push button start right there. Even though it is an automatic, it does have that push button start, which I really do enjoy. But with that, I'll give you my opinion of the 2015 Volkswagen Jetta. All right, fans, here's the opinion portion of the 2015 Volkswagen Jetta. Some things I really like about this car. Great fuel economy. We've been able to average about 32, 33 miles per gallon city highway. It's rated for 29. You're supposed to be able to average about 37 on the highway. It also has a great engine underneath it. 1.8 liter 4-cylinder turbocharged. Really is fun to drive, especially with the 5-speed manual. Really enjoyable car to drive. And also for $20,000 on the interior, you get a lot. They've done a lot to reduce the wind noise and the tire noise. So it's a pretty quiet car to actually drive. Some downsides to it are you're not going to get quite a lot of the interior features, and also in order to get some of those interior features, you actually have to upgrade to the automatic transmission, which for me personally, you take out some of the fun of driving this car by removing the manual in order to get some of those added features. But overall, really like this car. Who would we recommend this car for? Honestly, if you're looking to get great fuel economy, a powerful engine, and a fun car to drive, whether that be for a first car for a teenager, or maybe your first car on your own, and it's very fuel efficient as well, this might be the car for you. Again, the 2015 Volkswagen Jetta. All right, Driver Radio fans, thank you for joining us for our latest review. If you like this review, check out our website, drive-radio.com. We have a lot of cars, tips, and tricks that you can find on there if you're a car lover like ourselves. If you like the website, like our reviews, head to the YouTube page, Drive Radio, no spaces. You can check out a lot of our other reviews there. If you like those reviews, we have a radio show set every Saturday from 10 a.m. till 1 p.m. here in the Denver market. You can find us one of three ways. First way is on the website, which is 560thesource.com. You can find us on YouTube. We stream every episode live, or you can check us out on the TuneIn app, which is just 560 The Source. You can download that straight to your phone. But thank you for joining us. We appreciate all your feedback, all your views.